Today at Nation's Restaurant News, we're Zoom chatting with Stacy Poole, Chief Marketing Officer since January 2020 at Noodles Company. The COVID-19 crisis has been brutal on restaurants, but those with strong digital platforms and loyalty programs have fared well. Stacy, how are you doing? And tell us where you're chatting with us from.
Hi, Nancy. Nice to chat with you. I am doing well. I think every day, every week is a little different. But this week has been fantastic. I'm actually at home in Broomfield, Colorado.
Oh, awesome. And you just started at Noodles. Tell us a little bit about your background. You started in January, but you're from Colorado?
I'm from a lot of different places. But yes, most recently I've been here, 10 years back in Colorado. And I have a pretty deep experience in the digital space. I started my career in consulting, moved over, worked for Nike for a period of time, spent 9 years at Vail Resorts, and then just joined Noodles Company as Chief Marketing Officer, just like you said, in January.
So tell us, how has Noodles Company adjusted their marketing plan with COVID-19, especially with the loyalty program? How important has that been?
Yeah, our marketing strategy is staying pretty firm to what we said we were going to do even before this. Our marketing strategy is all about building brand affinity, awareness, loyalty, with an amazing guest experience. And the way that you create an amazing guest experience is by having a very seamless digital experience. And so what we have done is leaned very heavily into that digital experience, have continued to make it better for our guests, and then we've also, over the course of the last, it's been almost 8 or 9 weeks now since COVID started, is that we continue to learn more and more about our guests and especially our most loyal members, which means we're able to talk to them in a very relevant way, which also means that they're getting a lot more value out of engaging with us. And so we make it easy for them to order with us, but then we also make sure that we're providing them the most relevant offers so that they feel like they're getting a great value and they're able to connect at a deeper level with our brand.
Are you seeing them behaviors change during the crisis, like from before to afterwards through the loyalty program? What are you seeing?
Yeah, we are definitely seeing, obviously a lot of the shift has been the fact that people are now primarily ordering digitally. We've seen a 43% lift in daily signups through our rewards program. So they're definitely wanting a better value right now. But I think more importantly is that consumers in general are craving connection, and they're craving connection with one another, but they're craving connection with brands. And when you have a loyalty program that has a strong value proposition and that people feel like they're getting value from, they'll come back to you more and more. And so I think that growth in daily signups is completely a reflection of the fact that people want to connect with us, and our brand connects very well during this time frame.
So tell us more about your daily signups and registrations. How many more loyalty members have you signed up during this crisis?
Yeah, it's been about probably around a 20% growth in our signups, which is quite significant going into this. So it's been 8 weeks, and it's been about a 20% growth. So that's great. Just in new members, that doesn't necessarily take into account how much we're engaging with our existing members. And so new membership has come through offering new off-prem options. Now since we have Curbside at 375 of our restaurants, we have a very easy, quick pickup process. We have delivery right through the Noodles app and through the Noodles website. And so by having those very convenient ways of getting some delicious food, we've seen strong engagement as well as strong growth in our membership.
I know you haven't been with Noodles for that long, but I know they've made a lot of investment in digital prior to this. Do you feel that change like this, that was an advantage during this crisis? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. A huge advantage. That is actually one of the main reasons why I came to Noodles, was because of the strong investment that they had made even before I arrived. They had they put great tools in place for us to be able to connect with our guests, as well as provide a great digital ordering process. We have, been focused on marketing analytics to understand guest behaviors and to be able to target and personalize to our guests more relevantly. So that's been amazing. And so I think what happened ahead of all this is that Noodles set up an amazing foundation for us to be able to weather this storm and also come out of it stronger. And so I think that I feel very lucky that that was put in place, but then I also think the team's ability to pivot quickly, to be able to introduce some things more quickly in this process has also been amazing to me.
So what can you tell us about your digital sales? I understand they've gone up about 50% in April. Is that reflective of all transactions through the app, or is it how much of that is delivery?
So because we have built a strong digital experience across both the website and the app, we see about 50-50 in traffic to the website and app. And it really honestly just depends on where you're at in the moment when you're planning to order, and both the website and the app meet different needs. And I think that by having both of those, we're able to meet the guest where they are. Just like I mentioned, we were able to activate delivery through our owned channels, so specifically through the website and through app, quickly. We were able to add Curbside quickly. And so we've seen a strong response in the usage of all of the different pickup methods, both through the website and through the application.
Did you find that Curbside has been really big for everybody in the industry during the crisis? Did you have to adjust the app to add sort of a curbside option, and how have the diners responded to the use of curbside?
Yeah, luckily, like I mentioned before, is that the digital foundation was pretty solid before this happened, which means we could add curbside quickly through the digital experience. I think the biggest challenge, I would say it that way, the biggest challenge or consideration was how our ops team would handle it. And so the thing that was amazing is that the ops team immediately embraced it. We tested it for a very short period of time. They immediately embraced it, and we were able to roll it out very, very quickly. And so I think it's less about the digital experience and more about our operations team's ability to quickly pivot the way that they do things, adjust their labor, and understand the importance of it to the guest and embrace it more than the fact that we were able to turn it on quickly.
From a marketing standpoint and sending a message of safety, what have you been doing? How have you pivoted to make sure you show the customers that?
Yeah, right out of the gate, we were one of the first brands to shut our dining rooms. And immediately, because we had this relationship with our members, we were able to immediately contact them and let them know the importance of their health and the importance of their safety, including our team members too. And so that communication went out right away, and we communicated from the get-go the elevated safety protocols that we were putting in place to reassure them that we were taking this very seriously. And then throughout the last 8 to 9 weeks, we continued to enhance our protocols. We went to contactless payments. We moved the quick pickup shelving unit to where people get their food to actually to the front of the restaurant, so our guests would feel safer. We introduced Curbside. We're now providing masks to all team members. And so we just continue to keep enhancing it. And I think our ops team and our quality assurance team has been phenomenal in observing what is important to guests and then implementing those protocols quickly so that our guests and our team members feel safe through all of this.
I know Noodles has been adding a lot of these pickup lanes. Have you seen usage pick up literally in those lanes as diners want to remain safe and want sort of a contactless way of getting their food?
Yes, we have. We've actually seen a very positive response to those pickup windows. I would say, though, that only a small portion of our restaurants have the pickup windows, but what we do know is that a very high portion of our guests are confident in our pickup options overall. So whether we have a pickup window or whether we have curbside or you have to come into the restaurant quickly to get it, people are comfortable doing that because they're confident in the protocols we have put in place. And as well as the fact that, you know, our food travels very well. And so they are confident that we're preparing it and that they're going to get a good meal based on the procedures that we've put in place.
Stacy, I know you're not on the development side, but do you think, has there been just chat overall about what adding more pickup lanes as we move through these phases of reopening?
That is a great question, Nancy. And actually, it's something that we are regularly talking about what does the future look like? It's actually very fascinating to observe guest behavior and the change in guest behaviors and think about what that means for fast casual, 6 to 9 months from now. And we talk about it often, which is, what does it mean? What is curbside going to look like in the future? What are guests going to expect from the curbside experience? What does quick pickup look like? Do we need a pickup window at more of our restaurants? I think that there is so much to learn and learn very quickly, and to be able to shift our development efforts quickly so that we can make sure that we're meeting the needs of the guest.
So generally how do you market? Dave always talks about the food traveling well. And so I'm wondering, how do you send that message through marketing and through the platform? What have you guys been doing marketing wise to it's an advantage for you guys. So how do you push that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think that there's actually a lot of ways that we do that. One is just through the imagery. Now, the imagery is very real for us. It is the way our food looks. It's the way our food tastes. And we constantly want to showcase our food because it is beautiful and it is delicious. We also like to show the variety in our menu. And when we say it travels well, it means that you're going to get a hot meal at home, but you can get whatever you want, which is huge for us because when you have a family of 4, everybody wants something a little bit different. And we often hear with our brand, everybody can get what they want, which is amazing. And so I think between that, and then the third thing is that we make everything to order. And when you make to order, and you're able to set the time that you pick up your food, and then you're able to get it home pretty quickly, that means you're getting something you want exactly how you want it, and it's delicious and hot. And I think that that's how we talk about it, and that's how we display it.
A lot of what, when you talk about the loyalty program, I feel like a lot of people who have had a very well-established loyalty program have said they've just seen, the numbers grow. Do you feel like this has just accelerated your loyalty program? And are you seeing a demographic change too? Are you seeing kind of a different demographic become members because they've had to?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say the way that we're looking at it right now is more about the new member behavior versus our existing member behavior. And I think it's really interesting to watch the difference in those behaviors and what they order initially and what they order when they come back, and how that frequency back into our restaurants has shifted based on somebody being a more loyal member versus somebody that might be brand new to the program. And so that's probably more what we are looking at. In terms of your question about the growth, I think we've just started. I think that what is happening right now plays perfectly based on where we are as a brand, what we stand for as a brand. And I think that people's experience with our food and with our marketing communications, I think we just started in terms of our growth. And so I look forward to when we are seeing 50, 60, 70% growth in daily signups versus 43%, just because I think we just started in how we're engaging with our guests.
Tell us a little bit about your latest campaign, the Tour de Noodles, and explain how that is a strategy you're using, just to keep people engaged within the app.
Yeah, so we recently introduced some new features in our app, and one of those is the ability to participate in challenges. And the reason that we think challenges is important is because we have a lot of very loyal guests. And we find that those guests love to order the same thing over and over. It's very much a comfort or just security thing. And so what we did with the tour to Noodles is we wanted people to experience more of our menu, because there's such a variety in our menu, and everything you try has these amazing flavors and amazing tastes that you maybe haven't experienced before. And so we wanted people to experience the variety of our menu, the freshness of our menu, but then we also wanted them to be acknowledged for participating in the challenge, which means you get a free regular entree after you've experienced 4 different dishes across the globe. And so we are definitely going to be leveraging this new functionality more and more, because we want people to experience us. We want them to come back. We want to engage with them more frequently. And that's a perfect way to do it, is through that new functionality.
And is this for a limited time? Tell us what's our time frame for getting our meals in from around the world?
Yep, it's through the end of May that you'll be able to do that, and then you'll be rewarded your free entree and can use it after that.
And tell us what your delivery strategy has been as well. You've done some free delivery. Has that engaged the diner as well?
Yeah, one of the things that we were able to do very quickly was activate free delivery on our third-party partners, which was very impactful, and then also introduce direct delivery through our owned channels, and then activate free delivery there. And so immediately when all of this started, we felt it was very important, not only for our guests to feel value from the offers that they're getting, but to also be able to give them free delivery so that they want to keep engaging with us when and how they can. And so we just ended free delivery at the end of April. And I think what that ended up doing was, through the whole 6 weeks from the beginning or middle of March to the end of April, it got to new people to come to us and experience our product and our brand. And now we're seeing that they still want to engage with us. And so I think free delivery is just a way to provide more and more value to our guests when we think we need to do that.
Yeah, and gets them to stick around. That's a pretty smart move. And then you engage them with
That's right.
With campaigns like Tour to Noodles. What about like new menu items? We haven't really seen during the crisis. It seems like there's been a lot of pause on LTO menu development. Do you see that changing for Noodles as we ease into dining rooms reopening?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both repositioning some of our existing menu items and also introduction of some new ones. And so it's, as you're aware of, we recently launched family meals, which is at a very affordable price for 4 meals, which has been very impactful to people to make it easy to feed your family. And then we're thinking about some new menu items that aren't necessarily brand new, but more about repositioning some things that we already have, which I think keeping things fresh and keeping things new for our guests is important. But then as you move to the latter half of the summer, we're definitely exploring some new menu items.
Right. I think during the crisis, people have wanted comfort, and
they have, yeah.
So that's why the Tour to Noodles is kind of a brilliant, idea to kind of match a little bit of trying something different, but also getting out of your comfort zone. So that's a smart idea. And Stacy, Noodles sounds great to have you on board, and which digital marketing is crucial more than ever. So we thank you for being with us on our Zoom chat, and I hope you keep in touch and stay safe.
Thank you. You too. It was wonderful talking with you.